Greetings everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Challenges Guide. And for those new to this series, the Weekly Challenges are a set of 5 races that usually go live Thursday morning, Friday morning, depending on where you are. And these usually include 4 races that can already be found within the game, with the 5th one specially curated for that week. And the purpose of these guides is to give you an overview as to what these races have on offer, whether that's specific drivetrains, specific makes and models, or even specific conditions like tire wear and fuel use. So, let's get into it. We kick things off with the European Sunday Cup 400, with the suggested power points of 400. This is a 3-lap race around Grand Valley South Reverse, and this requires a road car from Europe, so any of the countries seen here. And for this example, I'm just going to pull out here this Peugeot 205 Rally build that I have, that I did for the one week. And there's going to be some tire trickery, so don't mind that, but that's what I'm going to use for my example. You can pretty much use whatever you want. So as for tips for this particular race, sport mediums recommended. I felt this is pretty good in terms of grip and pretty much overloaded the AI. Second gear into turn 2, a wide entry, very tricky to get right. Fourth gear in turns 4 and turns 7 through 9, you can carry a lot of speed, more than you think. And beware of the AI through turns 2, 3, 4, as well as 7 through 9. A lot of packing up in those areas specifically. Next, the pickup truck race. There's a suggested performance points of 480. This is a 5-lap race around Lake Louise tri-oval reverse. And as you can see here, the tires you will need are snow tires, and the vehicle includes either the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro or the Ford F-150 SVT Raptor. As long as it's one of those two, you pretty much are good to go. So for my example, I'm going to pick the SVT Raptor. And the settings I have, and as you can see here, I'm going to select these snow tires. Now if you don't already have snow tires, you want to go here to the race shop, scroll all the way over here, and there's the snow tires for you to purchase. And as for tips for this particular race, 3rd gear into turn 1, I found this to be the ideal gear, as you don't over rev it, and there's just enough RPM for you to carry through the corner. 5th gear through turn 2, pretty much stay on the gas there. And 4th gear through 3, stay on the outside, you can keep up a lot of momentum. And beware the AI in all 3 of these turns as well as the back straight. A lot of movement, a lot of unpredictable sliding from those cars there. They're going to be everywhere, so if you're going for a clean race bonus, keep that in mind. So now, we move on to the next race here, which is the World Touring Car 600. Now this is one where the 600 performance points is mandatory. It's a 5-lap race around Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. And obviously, a car with 600 performance points. So I'm gonna get the Lexus LFA here, which already has racing hards on it. Though I am gonna have to do a little bit of working around to get it under the performance points level. That's what I've chosen to do. You can get something that's already there and be done with it. Your choice, really. And as for tips for this particular race, 3rd gear to turn 1 depending on tune as well as the S's. I found this to be the ideal gear, as it's not too quick and it carries just enough speed. Mind the acceleration through turns 10 and 11. The way that corner is, it's very easy to get loose and get that wrong. And beware of the AI in the S's as well as turn 10. They pack up quite a bit in the S's there to a point where you will slow to a crawl. And the same happens with turn 10 where they break multiple times. So keep that in mind. Next race, the Group 1 Prototype Series. And this is a 10-lap race around Suzuka circuit and features 8 times fuel use, 6 times tire wear. And so obviously includes a lot of Group 1 cars here, and some changeable conditions. So for this example, I'm going to go actually with the PD recommended example of the Toyota TS030. I actually had experience with this car doing the Road Atlanta one, and I found it very ideal for that. So unsurprisingly, I recommend it as the choice car for this particular race. Racing mediums as usual recommended for these 10-lap races in the drive. Short shift, a no stopper, very viable here. No pit stop required if you were to do that. Have intermediate or wet tires just in case, as rain is very likely. It happened on my run, so it could happen on yours. And beware the AI and the S's, spoon curve and 130R. You get a lot of packing, a lot of unnecessary hard braking. So if you're going for a clean race bonus, just keep that in mind. And finally, we actually stayed at Suzuka for the special event, which is the Hyundai Ioniq 5N 1-make. So our second 1-make race featuring this car. And this is an 8-lap race around the Suzuka Circuit East course, far shorter than the Grand Prix circuit we just were on, and featuring what else? The Ioniq 5N. So, without further ado on that, let's get the car that I used last time for this example. And you don't have to tune to the degree that I did. That's just what I chose. Here's my recommended tips for this. Racing brakes are recommended. This car tends to be a bit of a handful with trying to slow it down. So you'll want racing brakes for, shocker, a racing application. Hold at about 84 to 85 miles per hour through the S's. Since this has no gears, that's about the best reference I can give for the minimal speed through here. And beware the AI through the S's. So just like with the other circuit, a lot of packing up, a lot of unnecessary braking. So again, if you're going for a clean race bonus, keep that in mind. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, whether you've just logged in to find these races, or you've woken up to see these. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if you enjoy these videos, period, then subscribe, as I make these every single week. So, I will see you guys in the next video.